Okay, so the first step is going to be to drill the adjustable shelves, because we want these shelves to be adjustable so that we can move them up and down according to the needs. And the jig that I'm going to use is the cabinet maker from Milescraft, and this is the stop drill bit that goes with it. And as you can see, it's spring loaded, so this is going to make the 5mm hole in the shelf, and this will enable the shelf support to just push in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp the jig into place, and then simply just use this to go into each of the holes to make the holes. So before I'm going to start building these units, I just want to take you through the basics of how I put my units together, so that you understand the construction, and when I start doing the footage on the assembly, you know what I'm doing. So these units are made from 16mm white melamine, and the basic construction is to have a side panel that runs all the way through on either side. And then the bottom in between these two, and then on top it would have a small or a narrower 100mm piece on top, which we call a cleat, and then the backing panel will be from solid 16mm melamine as well. And depending on if these units are exposed on the sides, they will be screwed together, just simply putting screws through. So in the case of this specific job that I'm busy with, these units are going in between walls, so none of these sides will be visible. Therefore, I'm just going to screw the units together, and after the installation, the screws will not be visible. In the case of these panels being visible, there's a couple of options to hide. So you can still screw the units together, and then add an additional panel on the side to hide that, which is called a decor panel, or in some cases I will join these together with biscuits. But like I said, in this case, it's just going in between walls, so I'm not gonna worry about the screws. So if I draw this in a three-dimensional view, basically what will happen is we'll have something looking like this. Okay, going through to the back, then there's a panel in the front here, which would sit somewhere there. So this is the side panel, and then there will be the bottom panel running inside, something like this. And then, like I said, I will put the screws through the side to hold the unit together. And this top piece, like I said, will only be 100mm wide. And the reason for this being that this is just used to secure the top, because there will be a top going across these units, and this will just be used to secure the top from the bottom. And then in the back there would be another 100mm piece, so 100mm piece there, 100mm piece there. And then in the back I also run a 16mm solid back panel. In some cases people like to put a masonite board or something thin in the back, either by grooving and sliding the board in, or by simply putting it on the back and screwing it on. I don't like this at all, because this 60mm gives a lot more stability to the cabinet, and also it stays nice and straight. So when the shelf gets installed, you get a nice straight joint in the back. So personally, I don't use the masonite backings. I prefer to use 60mm backs in the units as well. And you'll see me when I screw them together, the 16mm back goes in, and this is then screwed through the side over there, and then it also gets screwed into the cleat, which means that this forms a very strong joint at the back. So this is what I'm going to do next. You'll see me drill the adjustable holes, which is on all the side panels, which means that the shelf will be adjustable, and therefore you can adjust it according to the needs. So what I'm going to do now is all the panels are ready. I'm going to start with the assembly process, and I'm going to screw these units together. But I just wanted to explain this process so that you understand what exactly it is that I'm doing. Okay, so off we go. So I've got the unit complete. All the panels are now screwed together, and yeah, this base unit is now ready for installation. And you can see on the inside here, it creates a nice stable backing, as well as it has the holes for the adjustable shelf. So now you can put the shelf support anywhere, so this shelf can go at any height. I was just busy assembling this cabinet, and I'm using this table. I thought maybe it's a good idea to just show you how effective this works, because I've got the first cleat and I've got the bottom panel on the unit, which I screwed from this side. Now I would like to screw the other side on it, but to get to the top here is actually quite difficult, because it's too high for me to reach. So I'm making use of this scissor table that I've built a while ago, and this is actually very effective in this kind of situation, because now I can just adjust this all the way down so that I can reach the top of this easily with the tool. So I'm going to screw this. So now I've taken it down to a height where I can reach it easily to put the screws on the other side. So it just makes my life a little bit easier to get the screws in. So I just thought maybe you find this interesting. I'm ready to build the drawer boxes. There's 8 of them that needs to be assembled. 4 drawers per unit, and there's 2 units that need drawers. And the way that I do the drawer boxes is very similar to the cabinets. So I've got the 4 sides. The side pieces run all the way through, whereas in the front and the back they stop short. And if you look at the inside here, you can see I'm also using a 16mm melamine for the bottom, instead of having a plywood or a masonite or anything like this, because they tend to warp, and the drawer is just a lot more stable, in my opinion, if you use a solid 16mm bottom as well. And I'm going to assemble these just by screwing them together. 2 screws on each end, and then 2 screws into the bottom panel. And yeah, I've been building drawers for about 20 years this way, and yeah, it seems to be working fine. I've never had any